hi, Mr. Gupta. This is Priyadharshini. I'm working as a client relationship manager in ESTAH Society. Thank you.
Hi.
We are very happy to have you this afternoon. So we'll go with the first question. Uh,
Can you
My-
share some highlights of your career that significantly influenced your journey into this?
While my journey and my career is kind of quite different,
Mhm.
unrelated in the sense.
Let's go ahead with your early career.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a BTech, 1994, and then I started kind of manufacturing transformers, and very soon IT was kind of picking up, and I got into IT. And then I spent a long time in international multinationals like Dell, IBM, a lot of other companies.
yeah.
I stayed a couple of years out of India and kept on traveling. Uh, but that's primarily what. And then eventually, 2010, I quit that and I started my own business. Until 2017, when Pinkish came into my life, this is what my daughter inspired me to start. And I
Wow.
honestly started reluctantly, not sure of what to do. And as a help, I wanted to extend to her. But then somewhere she inspired me. She was 16 years old then. And I thought, after all that career and journey, probably this is what I need to do. I want to do the rest of my life. And I committed myself to Pinkish. So that's
the shift you made from a corporate career to this founding for the Pinkish Foundation,
yes,
right?
yes. I had no development sector experience at all. We just
Mhm.
started in a very small way, thinking that we want to do something good. Menstrual health and hygiene is a big area on which we work, and of course, we'll talk about that. So it's a total shift, absolutely
Great.
abrupt shift.
Great.
So the way it happened was, so we had this household help who used to come every day. And one day she came with her adolescent daughter. And my daughter, who was 16, as I said, at that point in time, spotted a blood spot on her dress. And she kind of went to her, and then she came horrified to me that she's not using a sanitary pad.
Oh,
And for me, because I was sort of aware, I said, yeah, this is a normal
that's how it
problem.
was.
80% of women do not use it.
Right.
For her, it was a shock and surprise. How can somebody not? And then she started doing some extra research on the net, and then she came out with a whole set of data points, etc., etc. And she said, "Why don't we start working on it?" And the first time you take it like a teenager's,
Right.
some fancy.
They gave you an idea why.
And I said, if somebody has to do anything about it, you do it. Why should I do it? Right?
Right.
But
I
then
get
she kind of kept on cajoling, and then she said, okay, help me start a non-profit, and this is what I want to commit myself to. So apart from all the things I want to do this, and then she said, we have a responsibility towards nation, our fellow being, everything. So honestly, I started as a way of helping my daughter. I said, okay, 20% of my time I will take out for this. I'll give it to you, right? And then after 3-4 years, you need to completely take it over. But as I started, it engulfed me totally. When I started reading more, I started studying more. I have always kind of from childhood, I've always have been raised up amongst sisters, mothers, bhabis, everybody, all about women.
Yeah.
I personally have a lot of respect for women, and somehow I tend to believe that their struggles, their life, everything is so much more complete, challenging than.
Very
So that's a notion I kind of, and today I feel very, very blessed to have such a daughter. I feel very blessed that I started on this journey.
It's fantastic. So while you are establishing this foundation, Pinkish Foundation, you said that you have faced many challenges, right? So what are your main obstacles you have faced? I mean, any particular main obstacles you have faced? I think you have faced it, right?
Yes, of course. The first challenge was when I started at that point in time. So I was a successful businessman. I had a friend circle. I had a flamboyant lifestyle. So when I kind of broke it down amongst my friends, nobody took me seriously, and everybody was, "Ki, this is a fad. It'll kind of get over in couple of days." And then everybody kind of said, "Is this a subject that you want to work on? Because this is not a subject that is associated with men working on it." Menstruation is a taboo subject.
right.
Then I because I had to start initially, I realized I can't be the face of it. Somebody else needs to be there. So I needed at least 1 or 2 female partners.
Mhm.
Best friends that I had, I went to them, and I remember I went to 5 of them
Okay.
Four of them gave me very bad reactions, and one even threw me out.
I can
Eventually, the
understand.
fifth one agreed. Yeah, so it started with the challenge that way. But
Mm.
and today now we have started more talking about more because Pinkish and a lot of other organizations are working on periods. But 7 years back, it was not the story. Padman movie was not had not hit the market.
Right.
So I'm talking of an era before that. So
I know.
it was of course difficult. Everybody would kind of take it very strangely. Even when we went to corporates for their support,
Mm.
menstrual health and hygiene was nowhere in their dictionary of ideas to be supported. Even after 7 years, while we have motivated and converted a lot of organizations, but the other lot of other CSR heads do not know about it. And for
See, being in already we're in corporate sector, so you know it very well.
absolutely,
We understand where it belongs to because in the hierarchy also, if you look at it,
yeah.
there is nowhere mention of it.
Yes, exactly. So even in the SDGs, for me to identify where do we fit it into the SDGs,
Mhm.
that also was not clear because it was somewhere referred to it in some 6.2 or somewhere, but then
Right.
there were a lot of other. So yeah, there have been challenges.
That's really a clear experience you have explained here. So next question is, your leadership experience at Dell and IBM must bring a unique perspective to running a non-profit. So how has it shaped your approach to Pinkish?
Oh, great. Wonderful question. Nobody has asked me ever. but I'm so glad.
Maybe it was waiting for us to ask you.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm so glad to kind of bring that because that really made a difference in the life of Pinkish. In the sense, in Dell, I was heading the customer satisfaction portfolio and the quantitative management.
Mhm.
So when we started Pinkish, first thing that we did was, what do we want to achieve? How will we achieve our measure our success? And nobody asked us, but we created all those templates and forms where we'll measure all the data, put all the inputs. So right from day one to till today, every single camp, and we would have gone to some more than 5 lakh girls and women, but each one's name details is there, and we keep tracking all the statistics and measures every month. So that whole, once you start doing that, then everything that you do is connected to those numbers, and you have a complete traceability, accountability, transparency. And that has benefited Pinkish a lot because now we are on the social stock exchange. We are one of the youngest organization to
That's
register on
really
the social
wonderful to
stock
hear.
exchange. Yes. We are
What is that name which we can search in that stock?
Pinkish.
Pinkish itself.
Yes. And then recently we got gold certified by Give India. So out of all the 3
Congratulations.
million NGOs, we are one of those 250 odd NGOs who are gold rated, and many other things happened. And that's because that corporate experience we got. And from a customer satisfaction perspective, that basically a customer satisfaction, when you're looking for that, it teaches you to be humble. Everything that you do, you look from your perspective, you look from the perspective of a third person.
Right.
So even today, the biggest debates and arguments and things which happen to us is, how can we improve our interaction with the girls when we kind of, and women when we go to villages, we go to based on what demography, what language.
Mm.
Constant we are keeping, because nobody is satisfied in Pinkish ever with howsoever good we do. That is it the best session that we are delivering? When people invest some 2 hours with us, do we kind of tell them and teach them things in a way that they can carry on for life? And every girl whom we interact with, because we cannot reach out to everybody in India, right? So those girls, we ask them to take a pledge that they will support 5 more girls to educate them on menstrual hygiene or talk to them, anybody. And that way they become our ambassadors and messengers.
So we'll go with the next question. What is your long-term vision of for Pinkish? And how did you plan to achieve it?
Yeah. So Pinkish is a single mission organization, right? We thought that if in our lifetime we are able to address the menstrual health and hygiene problem, then we are done. We'll close shop and we'll go home, and then we'll enjoy holidays in Maldives. Okay. So started with an intent to close.
Okay.
That someday we will close this organization, we'll shut shop, because it's a single mission. It was started because of a certain purpose. So when
Yes.
people come to us and tell us कि ना you should do this also, we don't want to. अगर हमने एक problem solve कर दिया इस देश का, कितना भी solve कर दिया तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. right?
So focus एक ही में रहो, चाहे वो एक ही problem क्यों ना हो.
Exactly. So we do a lot of other things. Pinkish does a lot of other things. We are a large team in terms of volunteers, but we
Mhm.
don't even publicize it so that we are known by one identity. But then we are running schools, etc. You will never see it anywhere, right? Stitching schools. We have other things. Anyhow, every week we do a poetry session, right?
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Every week.
So is it among the volunteers or the?
These are volunteers. These are some good poets
Mhm.
who are leading it, and then every week they invite poets from different parts of India who come on our platform, and because we thought that's a medium to give a voice to women. Apart from that, through the medium of poetry, also we are passing on the message of menstrual health and hygiene because then people watch it. So the thing is, long-term vision is of course that MHM is one subject, and we want to make sure that MHM does not remain. The menstrual hygiene-related taboos are killed everywhere, and the period poverty is removed. Everybody needs to have access to safe menstrual products, and basically they are able to kind of take care of their period with dignity and health. Now the thing is to do that. What we're trying to do is, so every year there are 2 crore girls who hit menarche or the first period. What we're trying to do is, if we create an infrastructure, a lot of volunteers from the civic society, from colleges, students,
Mhm.
and teachers in the school, if we train them, if we make them menstrual educators, even if we make 1 lakh of them, and every year, if they train, just everyone trains 200 girls, while before the first period arrives, the next generation of girl after 10 years will not know that period was ever a taboo. NFHS 4, which was released in 2016, the National Family Health Survey 4, that had a statistic of somewhere around 50% of Indian women not having access to sanitary pads. After 7 years, in last year, the NFHS 5 report from the government of India, which came out, 73% of women are able to now access the sanitary pads, and that's a quantum jump of 48% to 73 is 25% of absolute jump, and that's because of some wonderful work happening, and even support like you have given us great opportunity to come here, talk about it, because that's how you are helping me take the subject further. All those
Definitely yes.
So looking back at your journey with Pinkish, what achievements are you most proud of?
First of all, we are making a significant impact, right?
Yes.
Pinkish, I think in the last 7 years, has come out as a very credible organization. We are known for our transparency. All these Mahatma Awards we won. We won Facebook
Yes.
Accelerator in India. We were selected for .org Impact Award. We were the only one out of 2 organizations who were selected out of India out of 70 countries. And we were selected to Washington
That's
DC.
incredible.
Yeah. So a lot of these things have happened. The whole social stock exchange. So that way, we understand somewhere that yes, the work that we are doing, we are aware of it. Initial 4 years, we just did not let anybody know that we exist. We were just working, and we thought we'll create a body of work and then introduce ourselves, rather than like if I say, okay, I am an NGO, I'm starting an NGO, I intend to do good work, let's have a good body of work behind us. So today I can very proudly say we have a great body of work, right? We do amazing work every month, silently, with our heads down, with a lot of satisfaction, and the hunger has not subsided. With every passing day, we want to multiply that. We want to get into that exponential curve so that we are able to close shop as soon as possible and go on holiday forever, right?
And thank you so much, Arun, for your valuable time. So let's wind up out here. And thanks for hearing your wonderful journey and for accepting our invite to give us an interview and to know more about it.